Our next story is about Apple and China. They were once considered inseparable. Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, hailed China's factories. He was asked why Apple manufactures in China, and this was his reply.
The reason is because of the skill, the quantity of skill in one location, and the type of skill it is. The tooling skill is very deep here. In the US, you could have a meeting of tooling engineers, and I'm not sure we could fill the room. In China, you could fill multiple football fields.
Tim Cook made a strong case for China, but this love affair may be coming to an end. Apple has taken a tough decision. It is shutting a retail store in China, and this is happening for the first time. Apple is shutting a store in Dalian City. It was inside a mall. Apple says several retailers are leaving this mall, and so are they. The employees from the store will be absorbed elsewhere. But why is this a global headline? Because it points to a larger trend. Apple has been struggling in China for a while now. Sales have been sluggish. Revenue from China has been on the decline. For 6 quarters now, the numbers have been falling. Apple's smartphone business in particular has struggled. In 2023, iPhones commanded close to 18% market share in China. 18%. Last year, it shrunk to 15.5%. What explains this decline? The rise of local players in China, the likes of Huawei, Xiaomi and Vivo. They're fast catching up. They're cutting into Apple's market share. And this has hit Apple's expansion plans as well. In China, the company has been slow. Especially since the pandemic, they've gone slow in adding new stores. Instead, Apple has been focusing on other markets like India. Here, Apple investments have picked up in the last 2 years. They opened their first retail store in 2023 in India. And since then, they've been expanding, both in physical and online retail. In the coming months, the company plans to add 4 new stores. And this does not mean that Apple is pulling out of China. It's still a very big market. They will still continue to open new stores in China. But when it comes to growth, the focus is clearly shifting from China to India. Same for their manufacturing plans. Apple has made a long-term bet on India. It not only wants to sell more in the Indian market, it has started assembling many products here, especially iPhones. As of April this year, India, in fact, made phones worth $22 billion for Apple. iPhones worth $22 billion, and this has propelled India to the top. It has now overtaken China. India has become the top exporter of smartphones to the US. It's beaten China. 44% of devices sold in the US were made in India. We are talking about sales from April to June this year. And over the past year, the volume of supply has soared by 240%. Compare this with the numbers for China. From April to June, for the same period, China's share in exports contracted from 61% to 25%. 61 to 25. So clearly, India has eaten into China's share, and this surge was driven primarily by Apple's iPhone exports from India. I must add here, this trend is not limited to Apple. Its global peers have similar plans. Companies like Samsung and Motorola, they too want to shift the assembly of their phones. They want to supply to the US via India. And they have shifted some of their production, but the progress has been slow. So Indian smartphone suppliers are making their mark. But they remain vulnerable because Donald Trump has threatened to target the supply. In fact, he has warned Apple in particular. In the month of May, Trump threatened Apple with 25% tariffs, and this was for making iPhones in India. Trump said Apple should make in America. If not, the phones will face tariffs, 25%. He's yet to slap this tariff. But the threat alone triggers uncertainty and fear. Although for now, a clear pivot is underway, and India seems to be making the most of it.